The ICC Cricket World Cup 2023 turned out to be a financial powerhouse. The world of marketing rode the cricket wave on the back of unprecedented viewership, drawing billions of eyes from around the globe. And it has been a feast in terms of advertisement revenues. According to a report by TAM Sports, this ICC World Cup has shown a remarkable 19% increase in average ad volumes per match compared to the 2019 World Cup. Brands and advertisers recognize the potential of Hotstar, the official streaming partner of the ICC Cricket World Cup, and raced to showcase their products in commercials. During the first 39 matches of World Cup 2019, the number of advertising brands and categories shot up by 32%. For the same number of matches in World Cup 2023, it went up by 30%. As per TAM Sports, leading the pack in this World Cup were perfumes or deodorant and e-commerce wallets, both commanding an 8% share of ad volume. However, perfumes or deodorant saw a slight dip from its 9% share in World Cup 2019. The second leading category this year was cars, boasting a 7% share of ad volumes. Interestingly, perfumes or deodorant, e-commerce wallets, and pan masala were the only common categories between this World Cup and the previous one in the first 39 matches. Over 50 new categories and more than 195 brands were advertised during the first 39 matches of ICC World Cup 2023, distinguishing it from the previous World Cup.
During the festive season, the mood is quite upbeat, and a lot of advertisers actually spend a lot in terms of ad budgets because of festive season and the consumption being at a peak as well. So that's one thing which is there. Second thing is it's happened in India, so time zones are favorable, so consumption is bound to go up. And the third favorable point is that World Cup is being offered free, on the OTT platform on mobile phones, which will also drive better consumption. So I think because of this increased consumption and because of these three favorable factors, ad spends by the World Cup are going to be much higher as compared to the earlier version of the World Cup in 2019. We're estimating a growth of anywhere close to 70 to 80% in terms of ad spends versus last year's World Cup.
However, the advertisement volume growth has been uneven. According to a report by advertising analytics firm M-Filtered, there was a remarkable 142% surge in ad slots for India's games compared to the average ad slots of other matches. But the success didn't come without its share of challenges, particularly with the high advertising prices during the World Cup. Broadcaster Disney Star aimed to sell unsold TV ad slots during the knockouts and the final at 30 lakh rupees for a 10-second slot. But media buyers were skeptical. They said a brand could run an extended campaign on a general entertainment channel with the same budget.
The only interest, if any, has always centered around India matches. Now, obviously, knowing that the non-India matches did not have the same level of either interest or attraction, the broadcaster jacked up the prices around the India matches. But the rates have by and large been comparable to the kind of rates that they were trying to extract for IPL, right? And the rates for non-India matches have been in the 1/3 to half kind of range. So I think the television broadcast has still done decently well. I think where they've fallen short is that the volumes on Hotstar have perhaps not been anywhere close.
While some brands were hesitant, food delivery apps Swiggy and Zomato saw a spike in their fortunes during the cricket tournament.
Now, what we have estimated here is that generally during the World Cup, for that month of World Cup, you will see 10 to 15% higher sales for food aggregators because of higher delivery volumes. And that eventually means 4 to 5% higher growth in that particular quarter, which means that the growth rates definitely will increase, for Zomato and Swiggy in that particular quarter because of the World Cup and the festive season clashing with the World Cup. We believe that burgers, fried chicken, biryani, all these other categories are going to see very strong growth during this World Cup, and they are going to drive revenues for players like Zomato.
Experts say the impressive performance of the Indian team kept fans glued to their screens, driving up the food delivery business.
Not only the QSRs, I think the one big thing that I saw this year is that many more restaurants than usual had the big screen up and were running promotions even on premises. So, whether they were running food or, prices off, they were offering, one for ones on drinks or stuff like that. Especially on India matches, the big screens in restaurants were a big hit. And if a lot of people are sitting at home, I don't think today there are too many families which will go into the kitchen to cook while there is Virat Kohli batting.
According to recent reports, the travel and hospitality industry experienced full bookings in Ahmedabad leading up to the India-Australia finale. This was despite the significantly elevated base prices for flights and hotels during the period. The ICC Cricket World Cup 2023 wasn't just a cricketing triumph. It was a financial juggernaut that left the cash registers ringing. There was a shift in the advertisement landscape as new age brands outshined their traditional counterparts. For the organizers of the sport, there was no lack of fireworks in their accounts either, much like the fireworks on the ground.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
He's about to land his dream job. Business Standard.